You are lying in bed. It is 3 in the morning. Your body is completely exhausted and desperate for rest after a long day. You just want to sleep, but your brain has other plans. Why does your mind do this to you? Suddenly, your subconscious replays a minor mistake you made 7 years ago. You remember the exact look on a stranger's face when you said the wrong thing. Your stomach tightens instantly. You roll over and groan into your pillow. You stare at the ceiling in pure agony. Why can you not just forget it? You might think your mind is simply broken. You might believe your brain is acting as a cruel, vindictive enemy, but the real answer is far stranger. This agonizing mental replay is actually a highly tuned survival mechanism. It is a biological warning system. Are you ready to see why your suffering is entirely intentional? To understand this nighttime torture, you must look backward. You must travel back 50,000 years to the African savanna. Your ancestors lived in small nomadic tribes of around 50 individuals. Survival was impossible alone. You could not hunt a mammoth by yourself. You could not defend against a leopard without help. How did your ancestors ensure they stayed inside the safety of the group? They developed an intense, consuming fear of social rejection. If you angered the tribe, you were cast out into the wilderness. Exile was an immediate death sentence. You would starve in the cold dark. You would be eaten by predators within days. Therefore, a social mistake was not just awkward, was a literal threat to your life. Your brain evolved to treat a social slip-up with the exact same neural pathways as a broken bone. This is why an embarrassing memory causes actual physical pain in your chest today. Your ancient brain does not understand the modern world. It does not know that walking away from an awkward conversation will not kill you. Why does it still panic anyway? Dr. Roy Baumeister studied this exact phenomenon extensively in his psychological research. He discovered a foundational rule of human nature known as the negativity bias. Your brain is wired to focus on the bad rather than the good. A positive experience makes you feel happy for a few moments. A negative experience, however, could mean your demise. Which memory do you think your brain prioritizes for storage? If your ancestor forgot where a sweet berry bush was, they missed a small snack. If they forgot where a venomous snake hid, they lost their life. Survival required remembering every single threat with absolute clarity. Social mistakes were classified as major threats to survival. Your brain remembers them perfectly to ensure you never repeat them. It acts like a brutal, unforgiving safety instructor. Does it care about your comfort? It absolutely does not care about your happiness. Your brain only cares about your survival. When you are lying in bed, the modern world falls away. The distractions of your phone and your daytime tasks disappear. Your mind finally has the quiet space to audit your behavior. It opens up your historical archive of errors. It forces you to relive the pain. Why does it want you to feel that agony all over again? It wants you to learn the lesson deeply. By burning the embarrassment into your consciousness, your brain builds a psychological shield. The pain ensures you will modify your behavior next time. It forces you to be a better, more cooperative member of your tribe. You are experiencing an automated software update for your social skills. Is there a way to turn this automated update off? The system is supposed to clear these emotions while you sleep. Dr. Matthew Walker at the University of California, Berkeley, investigated this exact process. He analyzed how your brain processes emotional trauma during the night. He found that during REM sleep, your brain chemistry changes dramatically. Your stress chemicals are completely shut off. Why is this dream state so critical for your memory? During this safe dream state, your brain replays your daily experiences. It conducts a process called emotional strip mining. The hippocampus passes the memory to your cerebral cortex. It strips away the raw, painful emotion while keeping the valuable data. Under normal circumstances, you should remember the event without the agonizing sting. You should look back and simply see a neutral fact. Why does this system sometimes fail so spectacularly? Sometimes the emotional charge is just too high for one night of sleep. If a memory is tied to deep social anxiety, the strip mining process gets jammed. Your brain tries to process the event, but the stress chemicals trigger panic instead. The memory remains raw, unpackaged, and highly volatile. It sits in your subconscious like an unexploded bomb. It waits for the perfect moment of quiet to detonate. Have you ever noticed how these memories only strike when you are trying to rest? They strike because your executive control network drops its guard. During the day, you are actively suppressing these uncomfortable thoughts. You focus on your work, your friends, or your screen. But suppression creates a hidden psychological trap. Dr. Daniel Wegner discovered this phenomenon through his famous ironic process theory. He commanded people to actively avoid thinking about a white bear. What do you think happened immediately after that instruction? Everyone thought about the white bear constantly. When you tell your brain to suppress a thought, it must create a monitoring process. This monitoring process must constantly search your mind to make sure the forbidden thought is not present. Ironically, by searching for the thought, the brain keeps bringing it to the surface. Your effort to forget the embarrassment is the exact thing keeping it alive. You are trapped in a loop of your own making. How do you break free from this ironic mental trap? The trap becomes even worse because of the scale of modern life. Your ancient brain was designed for a tiny tribe where everyone knew you deeply. If you made a mistake, your tribe knew your overall character anyway. Today, you interact with hundreds of strangers online and in person. You might make a mistake in front of someone you will never see again, yet your brain reacts as if you just alienated your entire ancestral clan. Why can your brain not see the difference? Evolution takes millions of years to alter your neural hardware. The modern world of cities, social media, and constant public scrutiny is only a few decades old. Your brain is running ancient survival software on hyper-modern infrastructure. It treats a typo in an email like a declaration of war. It treats an awkward handshake like an eviction notice from the group. You are carrying a Pleistocene alarm system into a 21st century office. How do you calm an alarm that is always ringing? You must learn to recognize the alarm for what it is. When the embarrassing memory strikes at 3 in the morning, do not fight it. Do not try to force the white bear out of your head. Acknowledge that your brain is simply trying to protect you from a leopard that died thousands of years ago. Thank your subconscious for the survival update. Label the feeling as ancient static. Can you see how understanding the mechanism changes your reaction to it? Once you see the evolutionary design, the memory loses its power over you. The stomach-tightening twist becomes just an old biological reflex. You can look at the memory without letting it dictate your self-worth. Your brain is not broken. It's just incredibly, ruthlessly devoted to keeping you alive within your tribe. Now you can finally breathe out. You can let the tension go. Tonight, you are lying in bed. It is 3 in the morning. Your body is completely exhausted and ready to sleep. Now you can finally close your eyes because you know your brain is just doing its job.